Listen up. I need an ear. Someone I can trust. Recently I received some hurtful words. The kind of talk that cuts through the bone, spinning me out into a tumble of doubt and rage. It started 2 weeks ago. An episode of my television show had finally made it to air. Welcome to In an Instant. My name is Bob. Today we're going to talk about the newly released Polaroid 100 automatic land camera. It was a moment to celebrate, to drink to. I was feeling fulfilled, refreshed. But then the comments came.
Comments here.
There were positive comments, sure, but one stung me like a yellow jacket.
Why is this fella even on my TV set? He's a swashbuckling chump of the highest order, a two-bit huckster, a charlatan with a cheap tie and even cheaper taste. Unsubscribe. Username, Big Cheese 33.
It broke me.
The magic of Polaroid color and the miracle of that vivid instant print has found the album's frames in hearts of millions for 58 trips around the sun, otherwise known as years. But before its fated release in 1963, Polaroid color was nothing more than an Edwin Land pipe dream. Black and white dominated the photo industry, deemed the serious and most reputable palette for artists. Today, we run it back to a time of monochrome madness.
The kind of photography that would become part of the human being. Press a button and have the picture.
In the 1940s, when Polaroid founder Edwin Land first dreamt up the idea of instant film, it was a time of great innovation. Coming off the company's wartime efforts, Polaroid faced the risk of implosion. With no products to sell, and with that war money drying up like a hot potato under the sizzling Sahara sun, they needed a lifeline. The next big idea. Luckily, Edwin Land was full of big ideas. It was the instant photograph that captured his imagination, a black and white print that develops in moments, all within the camera itself. No darkroom, no labs, no chemicals for the consumer to bother with. Just press the button and have the picture. An impossibility? Sure, that's what everyone was thinking. But not to be doubted, Edwin Land produced his first print within months of conjuring this unimaginable photographic abstraction. And 3 years later, in 1947, he peeled it apart for the world to see.
Now what? I can't even think, can't even breathe, can't even drink, let alone get back to that typewriter to pen the next episode. Maybe I can write back, send a response to the network, have them forward it to them. Big Cheese 33. Dear Big Cheese, what you said to me wasn't nice. In fact, it was very mean, and frankly, it made me sad. No. Dear Big Cheese 33, you called me swashbuckling chump of the highest order. Well, I think you, sir, are not very nice. No, words on a page aren't good enough to confront this sort of evil. I need to act. I need to see his eyes.
This is the Polaroid 85, one of the early examples of Polaroid roll film cameras. The predecessor to pack film, it contained two spools of positive and negative films that were sandwiched together to kick off the development process inside. But the photographs it produced on the outset weren't the sterling monochrome delights that Land intended. They were brownish, faded, tonally limited, and ultimately required a chemical swab to coat the prints so they would stay prints and not become expensive white index cards. As the decades passed, incremental improvements led to color film, beautiful black and white prints, peel-apart pack film, and a new generation of Polaroid products. Many varieties were born, with film speeds as high as 3,000, a breakthrough in low-light photography. Polaroid even produced black and white instant 35mm film, an unforgettable oddity. But even then, through the invention of SX70 in the 1970s, black and white film remained king in the fine art world. Ansel Adams, one of the most famous photographers of all time and a key consultant through Polaroid's development, stuck with the black and white emulsion for most of his life, producing incredible Polaroids that pushed the form as far as it could go, and as large as it could go. The world-renowned Type 55 film produced both a positive print and a 4x5 negative, freeing Polaroids from the restrictive shackles of being irreproducible. It was a golden age of options for monochrome lovers everywhere.
Operator, I need to be connected to Big Cheese 33.
I was unable to locate anyone by that name. There is, however, an address in your area.
An address?
33 Formaggio Grande Lane. Maybe that's what you're looking for?
Why? What's the connection?
Big cheese. It translates to Formaggio Grande?
Ah, he's a Frenchman.
It's Italian, sir.
I know that.
Today there are 4 unique black and white film emulsions: SX70, 600 in both standard and 8x10, Fuji's Instax, and New 55. SuperSense has also been able to dabble with the exhausted legacy supply of Polaroid chemistry rescued by the 20x24 studio. These 4 new emulsions all have their own unique properties. In fact, Fuji's monochrome film is not true black and white. It uses dyes to simulate the look of monochrome. New 55 is an ambitious 4x5 positive-negative peel-apart film that reproduces a similar process to Type 55, the darling format of Ansel Adams. And it is the 2 integral Polaroid films, SX70 and 600, that are something to be especially thankful for. The dreamy tones of SX70 harken to wet plate photos. The crisp 600 emulsion thrives for the everyday shooter. But these are very unique in this winding history. You may look back at a family photo album and notice a strange lack of Polaroid black and white integral photos from the past. That's because with the invention of integral film, color was the only available offering for a majority of Polaroid's history. There were no black and white SX70 films to shoot with. It wasn't until 1998 that Polaroid debuted 600 black and white integral film, which did not perform well in the marketplace and went away with everything else, until the Impossible Project unleashed black and white for all, producing it for SX70, 600, Spectra, and 8x10, a late-stage renaissance of panchromatic bliss.
I'm gonna find you, Big Cheese. I'm gonna look you in the eyes and tell you you're not nice. You'll never make a comment like that again. I don't even like cheese. Nah, I love cheese, but not this cheese. I got you.
Hi, how may I help you?
Wasn't I you who wrote the words asking to why I was even on your TV set? Calling me an illy-whacking humbug chump of the highest order? A two-bit huckster? A charlatan with a cheap tie and even cheaper taste? Unsubscribe?
Hey, you're Bob from In an Instant. Honey, it's Bob from In an Instant.
Did you not write these words of hate and malice, Big Cheese 33?
No, see, that letter was meant for Al Collins, a host on your channel. Yeah, we're old friends. I write him those letters as a prank. You know, we love to laugh.
Oh.
Just boys being boys.
So you're a fan of the show?
Oh yeah, I love that Polaroid stuff. Here, let me show you something. Polaroid Automatic 100. I love this thing. Got it because of your show.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry I showed up like this.
Oh.
I'm gonna be going.
All right. Hey, see you on the tube. What a weird guy.
A fan of the show, would you look at that? But there will be more Big Cheeses, more comments punching below my belt, but now I'm ready. The comments will never stop, but I'll never stop too. It's time to get back to that typewriter. Time to get back to In an Instant.
And so I sit here, thankful that after almost 75 years there is still Polaroid black and white film to shoot. There remain artists clinging to the original palette of consumer photography, and multiple beautiful options to do so for the instant shooter. Thank you for watching In an Instant. Don't change that dial. Stay tuned for more breakdowns, reviews, guides, shoots, and all things instant. Good day.